Hello and welcome. Dargaribdus here, back on the solo grind set. Womp womp. Beef has abandoned me cruelly after I asked him to join the game. Can't believe he would do this. Yeah, we had 9 people, and then me and Beef. Beef has joined the ANS team. There's another Colosseum event match. Saturday, May, whenever it is, 27th. Yeah, there we go. Moldy, Kerbal, Sam, Crow. Oh no, I'm a bean and Beef. Team 1 in voice comms. And then Quiz, Internet Explorer, Forlorn Soul, Captain Chaos, and Dramus on Team 2, also in voice comms. Team 1 ANS, Team 2 OSP. We're here on Salar. Cool little map, got 5 points. One right in the middle, and then 4 on the sides. Some weird cover around, and this big trench in the middle. I really like this map. Don't play here very often. Do not play here very often, because it's normally a 5v5. But hey, that's what we've got right now. Gallipoli and the waltzing Matilda. That's good. Does Moldy have any other ships, or just those two? Okay, just those two. That's fine. OSPT very concentrated around the top middle part of the map. ANS spread out quite a bit. Oh man, look at that frame rate. Look at it! We're back to 3K, by the way. For those unto whom that isn't entirely obvious, we're not doing the 6K anymore. Oh boy, I'm a little scatterbrained. That's what happens when you do this for 12 hours straight. Beef's got the sock fleet. These are some really strong Mark III missiles. Alright, I really want to listen to the song, but I don't want to listen to it while I'm talking, so we're actually just going to pause and go through all these. I'm focusing and reading and talking about these. Crow's got a beam team! Blanket Sankups. PD and a Gunfrig. Carl Sam's rocking double Axford. 450s. No, 250. What? Eh? Yeah, 250s. 250s. All around. This print, one of the downsides of this print is when I like lean way back. I can't read it because my glasses are a little out of date. Only got a battleship. Nice. Yeah, sprinter. Which means this is one pricey BB. Beam on the back. And then 450s forward facing. Pretty cool. Nice little setup. Stonewalls out the wazoo. Got a couple Sarissas as well. Kind of burpy.
The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
That's disruptive. I keep trying to mute, but that still means silence. Oh no, my bean. Bringing a pair of fighting voxels. With Pinardi War Sprinters. Cam Chaos rocking the pure plasma build that I made. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, this is... He didn't rename his ships.
The enemy is securing zone Comet.
That bitch. You should rename your ships when you steal other people's fleet. I think you should. Anyways, it's kind of a personal touch, right? I don't know. I guess it's fine because those are some really, really, really good names. It's probably the best names that anyone has ever made for a vessel, anyways. So, you know, huge shout out for Dargaribdus being the most clever guy in the galaxy. whoever that guy might be, you know, I don't know. Stop being a jackass and actually do my job. Put my solid 250 to 450 Volker with some secondaries on them, some missiles, contenders on one, oh, contenders on both. Okay. And then a Bloodhound, a Naked Scout, and an Explorer with 3 revolvers. Oh my. Just the fog of damage, dude. Couple socks going out here. I think they're gonna miss. Ooh, not enough gas in that hybrid stage. Damn, that is pain. What about these? Yeah, they're gonna see this and spunk it. Okay, he's got a Salar. Oh, that's just dead. Nice. PDSLO for 50s and a 250 on so long. Monitor with an EWR and some PD. Some scout rocket shuttles. Nice. No one going super hard on the cap game on either team, really. Spread out the capping weight. I might just be exhausted after that last map and not want to manage all that shit. We got 450 SLO, the quiz, and the Bloodhound, and then, yeah, more rocket shuttles. Alright. Music back on. This is a really fucking good song. Might not make sense to anybody else because it's a video game song. It's the credits song. Ooh, a couple songs going into this decoy. Let hit him with a lull. Harass Beef a little bit. I don't get that opportunity enough. I get to dumpster on the rest of the guys in the Colosseum, but Beef either doesn't play or plays out of his mind good. Since he's so experienced. I don't get the opportunity to razz him very much.
The enemy is securing zone boxer.
Watch him play, it's like, okay, you win. Good job. Win the game. Okay, in the meantime, during all of that, OSP is capped 2 points, Charlie, Delta. They've been trying to get on Alpha, but I don't think that's going to happen. Anus might be able to get over here in Bravo. Anus has managed to cap Echo. They're not going up the Delta side. This is the usual combat area on this map, but they've decided to swing around here and control this side of the map. Can I afford to turn the music up any? Probably not. Maybe just a tiny bit. Yeah, there we go. Make that sound a little more full. Instead of muffled, I'll just need to speak a little louder like I am now. Instead of mumbling. That's important to do anyways. Notice I was pretty bad about that, and I noticed that Beef actually was kind of bad about that in the past. In one of the first videos we did. Today. One of the first videos we did today. That seemed kind of just a little tired, just weak in the brain. It happens. It's cool seeing my ship names out in the field. Okay, I work hard on my ship names. Ooh, Beef gonna be able to sneak this A-cap with his dumpy little frigate here. Look at this. Look at this thing. Have any offensive S1s on it? Nope. Just one arming missile, presumably, and a couple chaffs. Decoys flying in. Fire Night Chief. RPF to shreds for his trouble. And of course the Piranha's getting RPF as soon as they come out of the tubes. No damage going down the field. Towards these Axfords. Nice little fly swat there. Oh, this thing is in such a perilous position. It's gonna get overrun. Look at this. His battleship's coming around. Yeah, he sees them. It's gotta be what he's shooting at. And these Axfords, everything can just come around this and just destroy this ship. He stayed true till the end. That's where their whole fleet is. Yeah, a little NASCAR action going on here. We got blue team heading this way, red team heading this way. Unfortunate. But I think this alpha cap is gonna force both teams to head inwards. Neither's gonna be able to get on the other's flank, but this, you gotta control that point, that extra point, and have the cap advantage. Should have made the points 1500. fuck. Gotten spoiled by Switchback's Chaos servers that when we're doing anything that's atypical, it auto handles the points. 4v4 on Salar at 1,000 points is fine, but 5v5 I think 1,500 is a little more appropriate. Let's get that back. I think these are going after Internet Explorer ship. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. I love doing this. Casting games. This is honestly some of the most fun I've had since summer 2019. Yeah. Yeah, summer 2019. Ooh, unfortunately, not quite good enough on the missile angling. One slamming into a rock. One gonna come down. Oh, but he doesn't spot it. Big pain. Yeah, I'm going with that last statement. Absolutely. This is the most fun I've had since summer of 2019. When is it? It's May, very nearly summer of 2023. So it's been the better part of 4 years. Wow, that's kind of depressing actually when you think about it. Oh well, such is the way of life sometimes. Gun cotton here, getting shot out. Can't quite get on that alpha point. OSP's been trying desperately to get on this and cap it, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Although this has provided an excellent distraction for the ship down here getting onto Echo. Gonna force Bean to reorient his fleet from that Alpha to the Echo side, but if you're doing this sort of stuff, you really need your team to be pushing while you're back capping. You can't, otherwise you're gonna lose your ships for free. Because the up four can just all say, oh shit, there's a ship there, and focus on it. See if there's like 2 liners or 3 liners sitting up here and just shooting bullets down the field at these things, they can't turn around and deal with this. They have to fight these ships up here or they're gonna die. And so this can get behind them and cap. So when you're doing cap stuff, you kind of have to do teamwork. That's something I did not go over in the cap game series because I was able to get away with not doing teamwork, just because of how strong that Corvette team is. If you have like a pack of well-armed and armored Corvettes, oh no, I think he's fucked up the missile aiming again. Oh, beef. Okay, he's got it. Oh, but Internet Explorer's moved out of the way again! Look at this! Look at this mini game. This is so minor. But this little dance that they're doing around the rock, fucking genius. IE doesn't have any defenses on these, by the way, any PD. But he's managed to dance around the rock. There goes one of the shuttles. Dance around this rock and predict where Beef's gonna be firing the missiles next, and get the fuck out of the way. And he's caused Beef to waste so many munitions. That was like, what was that, 9 missiles? That's huge. Because you do not have that many. These are expensive, good, really good missiles. So being able to pseudo soft kill like that, or just forced miss, I guess is what that would be, less than soft kill. Like, Beef's down, yeah, 25% of his munitions. It's pain. 2 more not landing. Because the shuttle's gotten out of the way. Trying to be a little too clever with his missiles. OSP and ANS having a little staring contest here over the Delta Echo side of things, but OSP has to get a move on. Y'all gotta take Alpha, dude. And I think using these bulkers, well, these bastions aren't gonna do shit against those S3Hs. Although this thing has cruisers and bastions on it as well, so maybe it's fine. They'll handle S2s pretty well. Oh man. Socks going out, more socks getting killed. Too much point defense up in here. Auroras and some Bastion fire taking that out. Look at this tactical clump we got going on over here. All these bulkers and missiles all bunched up. They want to make a play for Alpha, and they need to make a play for Alpha. But I think the socks are keeping them kind of confused and concerned. Afraid. If you will, afeared. You're one of the local yokels. I.e. still just dancing around this rock. It apparently got in a fight with something at some point with the damage that came in over here. Like, it's not too many bullet holes. Oh, if it's 450 bullet, yeah, there's a lot of these things are still yelled out even with the repair work he's done. But just being down here and being a menace is kind of keeping. Look at all this fleet power that's just stuck, chasing this stupid ship around. That's two fleet. That's 6,000 points. Plus a scout. Or no, the scout's in the battleship. So yeah, 6k points down here. Just being harangued by this 1,000 point roller. Guess you gotta pre-aim him. Pre-aim him. You really don't want to keep him in a line like this. You want to have him in weird staggered positions. So they don't get in each other's way as much. How do I know? Because that's my fleet, baby! It's one of the first, I think it is actually the first plasma fleet I built. It's been tooled and retooled and retooled. Obviously, but as soon as the plasma got put into its current state, yeah, I built this to make use of it, and it slaps. Dealt 35,000 damage with plasma once. It was the craziest game.
The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
Long, long ago, in the ancient era of just last month, actually. More missiles coming after an explorer down here. I don't think this is a good idea, man. He's already spent so many. I think at this point it's a pride thing. Like, he's put so many into trying to kill this. Now he's gonna put more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. I think he's gonna get it this time. Yep. Oh, unless he's hit the rock. Oh no! 3, 4 hit the rock. 5 hit the rock. Only 1 lands on Internet Explorer. It does crazy damage, but only 1 lands. Oh man, Beef's gotta be over there losing his fucking mind. I know I would be. If I was a missile player and I was working this hard to kill this one ship, I'd be going nuts. Rocket staging and then slamming into a rock. Or missiles, rather. I usually don't like weave on missiles. Whoa. Nope. Internet quality just wasn't there for those. And the shuttles have given themselves away. Bit of a problem. Couple lands on these voxels. Couple lands on the sprinter as well. And yeah, there are there's 250s opening up out of the tugs. Or no, it's 450s out of an Estella. Oops. Or is it 250s out of an Estella? It's a little bit of both. 250s and 250s. Yeah, this fleet is isolated if they can kill it. A huge win for the OSP, especially if they can also get Alpha in the meantime. Looks like Fuller and Soul's coming up here trying to cap that point. The sock bonk, killing a dead shuttle that's already dead. Although that might have hit it with 2 and the first one killed it. Unclear. This thing down here is continuing to do the dance and keep these 6,000 points of fleet just stuck. And they're kind of ignoring it though. I think if he comes out the bottom side and just dumps 250 into the bottom of one of these, it'll be in big trouble. Maybe not. Why have I been yawning so much today, man? Disruptive to the cast. I got a good night's sleep. I got a great night's sleep. I woke up, I was like, yeah, I'm ready for some Nebulous. Body's just like, nah, I don't actually, no, I don't think we are. Fucking obnoxious. Ready, staging. MM's coming out, but it's not enough. There's another dead shuttle. It's a big problem with the OSP being behind by 100 points, 130 points, 136 points. Now only 134 because they got the cap, and it's about to be 132. Ooh, isn't counting. Fine. Look at that, 132. Wow, who could have guessed it? These shells can back up and just chill, just like sit behind your ships. Something I think a lot of small ship players have problems with is that sometimes it's okay to just sit. Just you run away and you sit behind your lines. You're fast enough. I think it's partially because big ship players need to be constantly on the move because they're usually slow, but small ships are often fast enough that you can afford. Oh, that's going to be the death of this. He came out and he's eating so many socks. I mean, he's kind of saved his team, though. He's eaten so many of those over the course of the match. Like half of Beef's firepower have gone into this thing, I swear. He's also kept the battleship and the 2 experts just playing ring around the rock down here. While the real fight's been going on over near Alpha. I really like this map. Like a lot. It's also just the right amount of brightness. It's not too bright. It's not like Caltrop. But it is while still being bright. Pretty neat. Where the fuck are these going? Going under the map to maybe go up at A? That's gotta be it. I think he's gonna be disappointed about what he finds there. It's just gonna be one very beat up monitor. Well, the monitor does have a bloodhound, and the OSP really needs their bloodhounds. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing with these. This is what happens when you play missiles non-stop. Some of them getting killed, but yeah. Look at that damage. You start to figure out kind of how other people are going to use their missiles. If they're good player, obviously. Sometimes there is no midshipmen and other poor players are inscrutable, and sometimes it plays to their advantage. Sometimes they do the most wacky shit and it works really well. But obviously the flip side is sometimes they do really dumb stuff and it gets them killed or makes them lose. Backcapper coming for Charlie. He's eating a lot of rockets, but he's mostly fine. This is still cap capable. 4 CIC and DC Locker doing pretty decently. Oh, that's gonna shoot out the DC Locker, destroying those restores. Which means it's not gonna take much else to finish this off, but I think he's still gonna get the Charlie Cap. Is that an offensive S1 on a fucking... No, that was a defensive. Okay. Yeah, defensive fired on a ship. Don't do anything because I don't have any armor pen. I thought that was an offensive S1 fired from an EWR ship, and I was like, what? That's the most genius play I've seen in a while. It's really wild, but genius. Yeah, Internet Explorer not gonna be getting much damage out of this game just because the ships have been in these really odd positions. I think he's trying to spring traps and they're just not quite working right. This destroyer, speaking of things not doing any damage, this destroyer getting removed from existence by the plasma liners. I love to see it. Alright, go to the next one. Go to the next ship. It's dead. It's mega dead. It's hard to judge with plasma if you're not familiar with them, by the way, how dead something is. But I think that's something really important to do.
The enemy is securing zone. The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
Manage your ships. To understand, to know, to listen and pay attention and see what's dying, what's not. So this is pure plasma. With E-rigged to fuck. And this destroyer is dead in about 15 seconds. That's what goes out to all the doubters out there. When I say things like pure plasma is good. Because it is. Looks like I think the 120s or the 450s, the 250s gone. Killed this one. Just gonna have to be careful with his ammo. They do have ammo issues. Yeah, he's already used 20%. He's killed 2 ships. Stop firing. Really cognizant. That's kind of how I got out. It's cutting edges. And sometimes you have to cut that plasma edge, which is pain. An ampule edge. I might be able to sacrifice a little bit of flak for more ampules, but running out of flak ammo is even more painful than running out of plasma ammo. Because then you get blown up. OSP, I doubted them, but they're ahead on caps, 4-1. It's a pretty damn good ratio. Rocket's not going to be able to make it through that. And I think this is going to be able to capture early. Especially if the Gallipoli also has to go over and tries to grab it.
The enemy is securing zone common.
Yeah, Bean's team, meanwhile, during all the plasma shenaniganry, Bean's team over here has just gotten destroyed by the hammer of the Outer Systems Protectorate, Outlying Systems Protectorate. Internet Explorer, 4 and Sol and Dramus all over here with big beefy ships just gunning down voxels and sprinters like there's no tomorrow. Who's going? Ah, bonk.
The enemy secured zone Comet.
Oh no! Yeah, so something else, the Oops All Plasma build is unbelievably good against Solomons. Because in like one volley, you rip their armor, and then everything else is just pure damage directly into their face. And there's also some gunfire coming in here, which is really bad. Look at this. Look at how fast this thing goes away. From just plasma. Plasma count of Solomons. 4 plasma. Four plasma guns with 4 or maybe 5 E-Rigs. And this is good. Oh, I'm definitely interviewing Chaos after this. Ask him about the plasma build. It's self-promotion, I don't give a shit. Right above that. Got that wrong. But look, it's just done. This could slowly resurrect, but I mean, it's never going to be able to fight anything on the starboard side, and this did almost no damage. And he's getting chased down, too. Yeah, get him. Get him! That's my boy with my build! Get him! I love it.
The enemy is securing zone Comet.
So these frigates that are out of munitions are trying to cap. Accomplish that. So the entire rest of the game that's been going on while I've been gushing over someone other than me using pure plasma, even though it is my build, that's just I never see anybody else do that. Probably because the 100 mils popular. Plasma 100 mils. I love the pure plasma stuff. I think it's less efficient, but just the killing someone with purple lasers is really fun. It helps my Star Wars game. Yeah, these extras are getting torn to shreds by 250s out of Internet Explorer's revolver. ANS team just moved from the game pretty much. Yeah, these things suck. Balon. I mean, they'll completely wreck everything forward of the bridge. Where's my mouse? Is it just me, or can I definitely can't see my mouse inside Nebulous. But if you catch something in the broadside, like everything front of the bridge is killed. If you catch something in the broadside, then everything's just dead. Yeah, OSP. I was concerned they were going to be too passive, and the ANS was going to have the A-cap advantage for a really long time. And ASP would just lose on score yet again, but they really came through the last minute. They got their team together up here, they got regrouped on this rock, and then they did this push this way and this way at the same time, and just devoured the entire ANS team with the raw power output. Look at all the losses on the ANS team. Well, lost on the MSP team. Rather notably, it's just shuttles. It's all these early capping shuttles that got eaten. And then this ship, which capped A. But all the, like, combat vessels are in pretty decent condition. I mean, this one's not in good condition, but it was in a weird spot. Same with this one being dead. But that weird spotting helped keep the ANS team on the back foot. And now all these ships are just getting cleaned up by okay, it is nice to see my ships with my names doing well.
The enemy is securing
I will say that. So maybe I take it back. Maybe you can use my names, but only if you play well.
The enemy secured zone
If you play bad and use my ship name, should be banned. Banned from being alive. Yeah, the dark hit squad will come after you. Wielding nothing but plasma. Oh man. Yeah, for those of all who have asked, my actual age is in fact 3.5. Which is why I behave in this manner. I'm lucky to use these two axles that just bottled up here. Rather than like a bucket getting surrounded. Got the 450 bulker on one side, no, there's a 250 bulker. On one side, and then the 450 and 250 is solo on the other. Stuck between a rock and explosive death. That's how that goes over here. And that's a points W for the OSP. Very nice, very nice. Happy to see it. Yeah, I'm gonna bring Chaos in here for the interview. Let me bring Beef in here. Nah, fuck him. We get to listen to him enough. Beef's gonna watch this later and be like, what the hell? He's such a cool guy. I'm so happy I get to have him on. He's like a regular caster with me. Makes these games so much better. And look at the damage numbers. Damage numbers on Plasma are super weird. They're kind of low. But he full killed the Solomon and full killed 3 destroyers. Like, the numbers just aren't there. I don't know why. Plasma damage calculation is so really whack. So, pure plasma. What do you think?
Yup. It's fun. I've been on the receiving end enough times to know how obnoxious it is. Because armor means nothing against it.
That's right.
Like, it just ignores a mechanic of the game.
Exactly.
Which seems kind of toxic.
I agree.
It's really annoying.
Why I love using it. It's psychological warfare, man. It induces rage in my opposing force.
Yeah. That Solomon was not having it.
Yeah, Moldy was so pissed, dude. He was real unhappy.
Yeah. Poor guy. Yeah. It's obnoxious, ignores a part of the game, which is armor, which is like super.
It's a huge part of the game.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I have to say about it. That's it.
Okay. Be gone. Oh yes. Oh yes. I'd love to see more people use the pure plasma builds. It's something I've been addicted to since they added since they fixed plasma, since they nerfed it and buffed it kind of at the same time. After that, I've been rocking the plasma semi-regularly. I like it. I like it a lot. Ah. And with that build being in the armory now, presumably more people will use it. So, where am I doing this? How am I pulling people down? And how are we having voice comms and everything? We have the wonderful magic of Discord. Bum, 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 bum. I got a Discord. It's down in the description. If you're interested in participating in this sort of silly madness, please join. If you're not, then don't. Simple as that. It's a pretty relaxed environment overall. Sometimes we have hardcore games, but usually we have just normal, weird, fun games. That's where this Colosseum event has been hosted out of. That's how we've got so many people on and so many people in team chats and working together. Really good place. Lessons from the match. Lessons from the match. Don't have your battleship be on its own. It will get murdered. Especially if someone brings all plasma. That's kind of it. Was a pretty standard match. Nothing too wild happened. Just a gunfight. Big gunfight. 2 parts of the map. Oh, your scouts! Don't throw away your scouts trying to take caps in the early game. You either have like a capping force, or just hang back with them. Wait until an opening and then cap. Nebulous is a slow game. You can afford to wait 5, 10, 15 minutes before trying to cap anything. That's the lesson of this. It actually worked out for the OSP in the long run, but it's like it's a good way to get screwed out of being able to cap later on in the game when it's a little more important. I will see you in the battle space, dear viewer. Good night.